Hello, welcome to episode 4 of the Mandem podcast. I'm Maurice.
I'm Charlie.
And we are back again for another episode. Let's crack down to the nitty gritty, shall we?
Raw first, really.
Well, Raw, yeah.
We started off again with Edge and everybody else with the Judgment Day. Surprised though, come back in though, Rhea.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
No one did see that coming.
I personally thought we wasn't going to see her until tonight.
Well, they did say that that she wasn't going to be on Raw until her WrestleMania program started with Charlotte.
Exactly. But
yeah.
She come and saved Dominic.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say that, because I hate him with a very, very big passion.
Indeed you do.
So, yeah, it's not that was, as I said though, Raw has so many good superstars these days. It's hard to try and top a show of what they can do.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins' big red boots.
Oh my god, that was just... I literally... When I first saw his entrance, I was like, there's no way he's dressed like a male stripper. Like, what's that about?
I think he rocks them big red boots. He should wear them tonight.
I mean, well, we shall see. I mean, the way he just stomped on Miz as well.
Yeah,
They're
heavy souled.
Yeah.
They are heavy souled.
They are heavy souled, yeah.
It's a lot of weight he's carrying.
Yes, yeah.
But I do think that at WrestleMania we're gonna get Becky, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control.
I think that's gonna happen. I can see that happening. Obviously, because why would Lita come back just to save Becky from Bayley and them lot?
Because she was outnumbered and Becky said that she had a plan. But
She did
then
say
you
that,
can't
yeah.
end the storyline like that.
No, of course.
You have to have one more fight at Mania.
Yeah.
Because Becky at the moment don't have a road to WrestleMania at the moment.
No.
She needs that. And the only way she's going to get that is Damage Control.
Yeah.
And then obviously Austin Theory as well was on Raw.
Unfortunately.
Because you hate him. But it's also... He's going to have to prove himself tonight in the Chamber.
You have to, yeah.
Just to show that he is good at his job, and because he is, to me, he is playing a very good role.
Yeah.
He wants the crowd to hate him, and that's what he's doing. He's showing off what he can do on the mic, and he is showing off what he can do in the ring as well.
Yeah.
But tonight's going to be his test. It's his first Chamber.
And he's going to be in there with a lot of talented superstars.
Yeah. Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Gargano.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It is going to be good. Yeah.
But the Raw show alone was well worked. It was well worked around, like well carded. It wasn't packed with too many promos. It wasn't packed with wrong bookings. And wrong fights for wrong people. It was well worked around. So you'd have Miz kind of promo, then an hour later he would then come and have a fight with Rick Boogs, but he was knocked out, so it weren't really a fight.
No, of course,
because he was still unconscious with the black mat rolling out the ring, and they just moved him out of the way.
That was just so funny, honestly. Like the way he was still like selling the code stop during the commercial break, and him getting hold of, man, that was so funny.
Yeah, because you sent me the video that you saw on Twitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's with Raw. It's well worked around, man. It is. You know how much I like Raw.
I know.
So
yeah.
I'm a big Raw fan, and so I'll just say and be honest. You know I would anyway. If Raw is awful, then I would say it's awful. But at the moment, recently, it's been very good.
Yeah.
There's been good fights and good promos, and people are getting pushes that deserve to get pushes. Like Montez, he's getting pushed, and he does deserve to be pushed. But I do feel sorry for Angelo, because they're both as good as each other.
You can,
But I think if Montez was to win tonight, Montez would face Angelo at WrestleMania for the United States title.
Do you think it'll be a Dawkins Hilton?
No, I just think that Montez would give him the opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Because I don't think they're going to split. I think they're going to join Lashley, Omos, and Cedric and Shelton Benjamin as Hurt Business 2.0. I think they're going to join that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I could only see that happening if is Montez not winning tonight. Because he's going to be upset, he's going to be angry, especially if he's in the final three of the chamber.
Yeah.
And he's going to be very close to winning. He's going to be fuming, he's going to be angry. And especially if Bobby loses as well to Brock, the hatred's going to be there as well. So it would make sense for them to do 2.0 that way.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Because he's going to reach out to Shelton and Cedric and MVP. Then they're going to look for a faction to go after Judgment Day.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So the way you could do it is, if not taking Omos, you take the Street Profits.
Yeah.
And turn them heel. Because Bobby is a heel.
Yeah. Well, technically,
we don't know if he is a heel or not. Because we're getting mixed emotions. 1 minute he's celebrating with the crowd, then the next minute he's turning on them. So we don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
But Chelsea Green's starting to get annoying.
Oh, Chelsea Green! Oh my God! Can I speak to your manager? Like, oh, shut up.
But she is talking to the manager.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Adam Pearce.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's the manager of both. I just don't understand what. I want to ask you something where you can like actually go into like full detail of it. Why re-sign her if you're not doing anything with her?
That's the issue. Like, if you're gonna sign her and at least put her, I mean, don't get me wrong. She's had maybe a couple matches or so. Two matches.
One on Raw, one on SmackDown. One against Asuka, and the other one was against
a tag team match.
Tag team with Sonya.
I don't understand. I've always said I'd rather have Matt Cardona back than Chelsea Green, because I think they have so much more potential with Matt Cardona than with Chelsea Green. You know.
But that's the question that hopefully you lot can answer as well. Like, why is she there? Unless it is planned that the works that Matt is coming back, and that's why she wants to talk to the manager.
Maybe
her manager is Matt.
Yeah.
So she keeps going on this losing streak. Is that when we're going to see Matt? Because he has been active on Twitter recently as well.
Yeah.
But I'm just confused on what's going on with her, man. Because it just makes no sense. Like, why bring her at the Rumble?
Yeah, make her like break the record.
Goes in for a cup of coffee, gets eliminated, and now appearing everywhere.
I have no idea.
I don't understand it. I really don't I don't get it. I understand what's happening, but I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah,
I understand that they want to keep her active as like a superstar and not a manager. But then I don't understand where they're going with it, because it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It's got to be an ending story to this part. Yeah. Either Matt Cardona's coming back, or she is just getting used like she was before she got released the first time as a jobber and stuff. But the main part of Raw, which we need to talk about, is OTs.
Oh, mate. You know, if when OTs joins Maximum Man Models, it's just gonna be so funny to him just walking out like all doing these poses and stuff.
Well, he used to do that with heavy machinery though. If you think about it logically, like some poses he used to do. But that's the thing with this segment as well. What's then gonna happen to Chad?
Chad will probably end up going solo and doing.
Or is he gonna get Gable Steveson,
yeah, maybe.
And then bring him up as a talent and show what he can do. That's the question for you though.
Yeah.
That is a question for you to answer, because I have no clue with what's going to happen to Chad. What
I think would happen with Chad is, I think they'll push him to be a solo competitor for a while, and then once Gable Steveson eventually comes into the actual business and actually is a full-time worker at WWE, then I think they'll pad him up and he'll become Chad Gable's new number one guy.
Yeah, because obviously OTs is going to be
with Maximum Models.
But in theory, what I wanted to happen is for Tucker to come back.
and bring back heavy machinery.
That's what I wanted to happen,
Yes.
but I don't understand how Otis does this. He always manages to get a blonde woman
Yes.
as like a manager, like as a successor to him.
Yeah.
Like he had that storyline with Mandy Rose,
Yeah.
which was good for him because it pushed him.
Yeah.
And now he's got Maxine, but is Maxine just using him for the audience?
Yes.
Because he's got a good audience around him, he's got like a good fan base around him, and he can bring more to that group than Mace and Mansoor.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening, but the one that does deserve a push now he's back is Rick Boogs.
Oh, Thick Rick.
Thick Rick.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, they're getting all these people back, but the draft's coming, so where are all these people going next? That's the question.
Well, like I said before to you, if Rhea Ripley wins the SmackDown Women's Championship, then she'll officially be part of SmackDown that night. And it'll be the same with the Raw Women's Championship. Whoever wins the championship tonight of the three SmackDown women, if one of the three SmackDown women wins it, and go on to face Bianca and beats Bianca.
No, I'm talking about in general with superstars. Like there's Raw have got so many, where SmackDown don't have that many. Because everyone who's coming back is going to Raw. I don't get it, because how are all them going to be? How are all them going to be used?
It's because Raw is a 3-hour show. And
no, I get that, but with like storylines and stuff as well, like all these new people are coming in, and it's going to be hard for them to actually get a place on that card at that point, because you've got a heated segment with Becky and Bailey, but now Chelsea Green's now arrived, so it's a new woman, part of the women's division on Raw.
Yeah.
So you ain't gonna drop that for something else. That's what I'm saying. Like all these superstars are coming in, but storyline wise, how are they actually gonna fit on the card? We understand and we get that Raw is 3 hours, but how are you gonna get all them superstars on one card? Because there's too many. They've got too many. Raw have too many.
They do, yeah.
Where SmackDown don't have that many.
No. Well, I know they've just brought in the Maximum Man models, Los Osarios. They're basically the jobber tag team to Raw. Whereas
but Maxine Male models are now going to get pushed because of the storyline with Otis.
Yeah. Whereas Humberto and Angel Garza haven't been seen in God knows how long.
Exactly, because they can't get on the card and they can't even be seen backstage.
Yeah.
It's the same with Shinsuke.
Yeah.
On SmackDown, I know he's been seen in New Japan because of the great Muta wanted to fight him.
Yeah.
But he got announced as a WWE superstar over there. But he's not been seen here.
I think with Shinsuke, I think it's still one of the main attractions of SmackDown. But I think they're going to build, I think they're going to give him a new gimmick. So maybe what was his New Japan gimmick?
I can't remember that one.
I can't remember. I think he'll come back as like probably one of his New Japan gimmicks. Like
but even when even when he was in New Japan, I swear he was still known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
He was known as Shinsuke, yeah,
because Asuka wasn't known as Asuka; she was known as Kana the Clown.
Yeah.
Over there, so but now she's Kana the Clown, but still classed as Asuka.
Yeah.
So Shinsuke can't have a new gimmick.
No.
He's had 3 gimmicks since being here.
Yeah.
Obviously, when he joined NXT, it was the New Japan style of Shinsuke.
Yeah.
SmackDown was a mixture of NXT and New Japan, but then he had that heel turn and just done what he wanted. Where he said, "You don't speak English."
Yeah. No.
I don't understand.
He went downhill ever since he turned heel.
Exactly. For me, he needs to bring the King of Strong style gimmick back.
Yeah, I think
because that's where he can prevail.
Yeah,
that's where he can kick on and go. You know what? Bang! I'm doing it this way, and that's the only way that I'm doing it. Yeah,
that's the only way he can do it.
But it's even the same with like, I don't get why Rick Boogs signed to Raw when him and Shinsuke were a good tag team. SmackDown basically got rid of a tag team.
Again, they're getting rid of tag teams all the time because they got rid of what, like I said, Los Osarios.
Unless they're making way for Bray Wyatt's 6 faction, and they need to get 6 superstars coming in from Raw, like Alexa. Is she going to be coming over to SmackDown?
Or is Bray going to Raw?
Exactly.
Bray said last night on SmackDown.
Yeah, that he wants Bobby or Brock. He said if whoever wins, they better run.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped. Yeah. And I'm like, Raw can't have too many more.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, SmackDown need their main guy.
Yeah.
And they're obviously at the moment their main guy is Sammy.
Yeah.
Because Cody's on Raw.
Cody's the main man on Raw, yeah.
Kevin's obviously, I think, out injured at the moment because of what happened at the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
I don't know how long he's out for. Hopefully, he might stroke tonight to try and help Sammy.
Well, he is in his hometown.
He's in Canada.
Yeah.
But we'll soon find out more with, obviously, fans on Twitter going, oh, this person's been seen backstage. Like, at Raw, after the Raw 31 with the steel cage match with Becky, someone tweeted out saying that Lita's been seen backstage. So we knew Lita was there then, but we didn't know when she was going to come out. If she was going to come out before everything, or was it to help Becky? And obviously it was to help Becky. So the crowd, well, the people that have seen Lita backstage, that's how we would know. But then one we didn't know about was Cody. When he first come back at WrestleMania, no one knew that he was in the building.
Yeah.
Like, no one knew he was there. We all saw statements of him saying that he wanted to re-sign with WWE.
Yeah. But we didn't think
we didn't know that he was going to show up. Like, what's happening with Jay White now? He had a fight in New Japan, and the loser leaves New Japan. He's now a free agent. Yeah. So where is he going? Is he going AEW? Is he going Impact? Or is he coming over back to help the Bullet Club, meaning AJ Styles and the OC?
Anything's possible.
Because I do think at some point we are going to see a turn on Finn. If they do get Jay White and AJ comes back with obviously Gallows and Anderson,
you think Finn's going
the leader of the Bullet Club in Jay White is the only one who can do something to Finn.
Yeah.
To kick him in sense. Because at the moment he's giving it to AJ.
Yeah.
AJ, yeah, fair enough. But Jay White is that guy.
Yeah.
Who everyone knows.
Yeah.
Because of what he's capable of doing in the ring. And he is a brilliant wrestler.
Fantastic wrestler.
Like, it was a good fight in his last fight at New Japan. He can't walk away of that company and go, oh, I've not succeeded my legacy, because he has.
Yeah.
Even when he was at New Japan and he come over to Impact for a bit.
Yeah.
He still showed what he was capable of doing in the ring. So he can't leave New Japan with his head held low.
In AEW as well.
He has to leave his head held high because he is a brilliant wrestler.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know what's happening with Will Ospreay because I think he's staying in New Japan for one more year.
Yeah, he's gonna give it one more year,
and then he don't know what he's doing after that.
If everything goes to crap, then he's gonna think of leaving.
Exactly, but we don't know where he's gonna go, so he's gonna be a free agent.
Well, I mean, the only like American company.
But I do think they need. I've got a feeling with the Sammy Roman fight tonight. Do you know what happened with Drew at Clash of the Castle when someone appeared? Yeah, I think that someone's gonna be Naomi.
Naomi.
Yeah, because if you think of it, Jimmy's not there, is he?
Yeah.
And Jay's not there.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy's wife.
Yeah.
So is she going to come in and help Roman because Jimmy's not there? Because them two can't get into Canada because of the whole DUI situation, drunk under the influence of alcohol. So the only one who didn't get that was Naomi. So at Clash of the Castle, you're going to have Solo that's there because he can get in.
Yeah.
But that's when you're going to hope. That's when probably you could get Kevin come back and he will take out Solo to try and lead that. But then no one's going to see someone else, and that someone else could be Naomi because she has been rescheduled to come back to WWE.
Oh, so I did not know.
Yeah, well, we knew that anyway because of the Rumble. We all thought she was going to return at the Rumble at number 30, but it turned out to be Nia Jax, unless Samoan.
It could work out something.
You could wait. If you weigh up the situation, you've got Naomi that's married into the Samoans in real life, meaning because obviously she's with Jimmy, and her father-in-law is Rikishi.
Yeah.
Roman's obviously part of that because he's Samoan. Solo's part of that because his uncle is Umaga. And obviously Jay's the same. Obviously Nia Jax is The Rock's cousin. Unless The Rock comes out at the end of the match and then challenges Roman at Mania. We don't know anything that's going to happen.
See, I'm not sure about that one.
Because anything is possible. Because if it is anything to base off the Royal Rumble at the end, we know it's not going to end.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. So I've just got this gut feeling that it's going to be Naomi, because Jimmy can't be there, Jay can't be there, so he's going to have something up his sleeve, and that something up his sleeve could be Naomi.
Yeah. But that's a possibility.
That's what I'm saying. If you weigh up the situation, because if you have, obviously you're going to have Sammy versus Roman, right? Mm-hmm. Roman, out of all the bloodline, is only going to have, in ring wise, Solo. Because Paul Heyman's not going to get involved.
No, Heyman's
right.
Not
So all you're going to have is Solo. Sammy will end up probably having Kevin if he does come back to make it even. So then Kevin will be with Solo. Sammy could be laying on the middle rope or something, and someone else could come out. That, for me, that's someone else who, if they do show up, I think it's going to be Naomi.
That is a shout.
Because if she's been scheduled to come back at the Rumble, but then didn't come back at the Rumble, are they leaving it till now to help Roman retain? Because Jimmy and Jay ain't going to be there because they can't get in. Because they did try doing that thing for 24 hours to get into Canada. But it got, no, do that thing they done last year to try and get into Canada for a certain amount of hours and then leave.
Yeah.
They tried doing that, but it got rejected again.
Oh.
So they can't actually get in. That's why that segment on SmackDown was, you've been told to stay away and stay at home to watch on TV. They had to say that, but that's because they can't get in.
Physically get in.
They can't. They can get to the border, but then the border police will go, we'll look at you. They'll look at their passports and all that shit to try and get in. But then they'll just get turned away because they physically can't get in. The only one who can get in is Solo, and if she's there, Naomi.
Yeah. Because
Naomi didn't drink under the influence of alcohol, because she was a passenger in Jimmy's car. But Jimmy was
the one drinking
under the influence. Yeah. And Jay can't get in because he tried defending his brother.
Yeah.
But it turned out that they both can't actually get in, so that's why they said on SmackDown, you have to stay at home.
Yeah.
So now it all kind of makes sense why Paul Heyman said that.
Yeah.
Because we was obviously talking off of it and said, well, what's that all about? Like, you're meant to be a bloodline, like you're meant to stick together. Then when you actually read into the lines, they tried getting that 2 hour of 24-hour thing to get into Canada, but it got refused.
Yeah.
So they actually can't get in. So Roman's going to have something up his sleeve.
He's got to think of something, because it's now another.
Unless that call that Paul Heyman took wasn't Roman. It was Naomi. And that's why...
Oh, you mean on SmackDown?
Yeah. Remember that call when he came in and he said, oh, I'm talking to Roman. Was it actually Roman? Or was it Naomi? And that's why Paul Heyman come in and said, you've been told to stay at home. Because remember, they've got kids.
Yeah.
Who's at home to watch the kids if Naomi does come back? No one.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Rikishi's obviously, I think, still ill.
Hospitalised.
Well, he's not hospitalised. He's home, but he's not well.
Oh, right.
So you can't put that on him.
No, of course.
So someone's going to have to be at home. Especially if he can't get in anyway. What's the point of him going if he can't get in?
That's it.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
Because as Paul Heyman said, it is a true statement. You do see more things for itself when it's live and you're not there and you watch on TV. You do see a lot more.
Yeah.
Meaning, obviously, if they were at home, they would see what we saw with Jay giving a fist bump to Sammy. Unless Sammy manages to get in touch with the police and then Jay turns up. Because remember, it's in Sammy's hometown.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone that can get Jay in, he would say, oh, he's with me. Because remember that fist bump when Sammy said that he acknowledges Jay?
Yeah.
If you use that, Sammy could get Jay in.
Yeah.
Because that could be up Sammy's sleeve, and it's not Kevin, it's Jay that comes out, and then he
might turn on Roman. I'm not sure.
Exactly. But that's one that's going to be a surprise for me. That one, because what's actually going to happen? Is it actually going to be for once on a pay-per-view? Is it actually going to be Roman on his own versus Sammy?
Yeah.
But it's not going to be versus Sammy. It's going to be versus the whole of Montreal.
Yeah.
He's going to be at a standstill with that crowd.
It's basically one versus all.
He's not going to stand if he would stand a chance against Sammy, obviously.
Yeah.
But the only option there is he's not going to be able to win over that crowd. That crowd is going to be
100%
all for
Sami.
Sami.
Yeah.
Because it's his hometown.
Yeah.
That's his crowd.
Yeah.
His wife's going to be there. Sami's wife's going to be there.
Kids.
That's a shout. That's a shout. If Sami Zayn's wife's there, Naomi. So if Naomi tries getting involved, Sami's wife could end up getting involved and slap Naomi.
Maybe.
Because a man's not going to hit a woman.
No, of course.
It's not the Attitude Era no more.
Yeah.
We had this rant last week. But something's going to happen, I think.
Something may happen, yeah.
Or something might happen. Something might not happen. It might just be Roman versus Sami. But I doubt it.
Yeah.
It's highly doubtable, that one.
Yeah.
And then obviously on SmackDown, you had... I think it was an alright show, to be fair.
SmackDown was
It's better than... last night's one was better than it has been recently.
They had some pretty good matches. I think the best match they had on the card was Sheamus and McIntyre versus the Viking Raiders. They put on a banger, no pun intended.
No, but it was a, as I said, like SmackDown overall was actually a good card.
Yeah.
Like it's been a good show compared to recent weeks. Like recent weeks, it's been awful. But you can even admit that as well.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, but I think the worst part of SmackDown last night was Hit Row's rap performance. Like, no need. I know it was a way of getting Bray out, but I just didn't understand why they would perform.
To get Bray out is difficult.
Yeah.
Like that anyway. So it kind of made sense. But it didn't.
Yeah.
Because as quick as it started, it finished.
Yeah.
I think they got to like the second verse, I think, and it just ended.
Yeah.
Because Bray come out.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's an all over the shop. At the moment, it's all over the place.
It is, yeah.
Like for both shows. The only one who's actually on that straight and narrow, I can see the end of the tunnel, is NXT.
Yeah.
Because they ain't overfilled with
too many
to fit on the card. You've got your
mid carders, your top stars.
Exactly. Obviously, top stars: Carmella Hayes, Bron Baker, obviously going at it at next.
Well, Jinder first.
Well, Jinder first, but I think Bron will walk through him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's been advertised for Carmella Hayes and Bron.
Yeah.
So it's not over flooded.
No.
And if someone gets suspended, Grayson Waller, again, there's someone else that can come in and entertain that.
Yeah.
So there's always backups on NXT, but because it's not over flooded, where Raw and SmackDown, well, mainly Raw, is just over flooded.
Yeah.
With competition in top stars and mid carders and jobbers. In a sense, where SmackDown has its top stars, mid-carders, hardly any tag teams.
No.
That's where SmackDown needs to, like, you know what, we need tag teams. When this draft happens, we need tag teams.
That's the first priority I'd go for.
Because you've got Jimmy J.
Well, you got faction, you got Bloodline. You've got
you've got Jimmy and Jay as a tag team champions. Then you've got Sheamus and McIntyre.
Ridge
and Butch.
The Viking Raiders.
Viking Raiders. Lego del Fantasma.
You got a Del Fantasma, yeah. Hit Row. Possibly the White Six.
Possibly. If they do ever do that.
Yeah.
But where Raw has too many. They have factions. They have everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to use every single one of them.
They can't use all of them.
The show. Yeah.
They can't book every tag team. They can't book every faction. They can't book every superstar for one card.
Yeah.
And try and fit in for 3 hours. It's virtually impossible. I know Triple H has got a lot going on, but something needs to happen.
There needs to look at the.
It's not Triple H's fault.
No.
It's not Adam Pearce's fault. It's just everyone who's coming in is just getting put on one show. And because Nia Jax, what happened with Nia Jax? She come back for the Rumble and she's not been seen.
She screamed, "I'm back," and then didn't show up.
Exactly.
Like, what's that about?
She turned up at the Rumble we're all thinking, oh, Chelsea Green's on Raw, Nia Jax is going to go over to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No. Unless they're
What's
saving
happening?
it for Mania.
But again, it's the same with Naomi. If she's sharp, where's she going?
Possibly SmackDown because of Jimmy and Jay.
But they're on Raw as well. Because they're both champion. They're both branded champions. This is where they need to sit down and go, someone needs to be the Usos and stay on SmackDown, and then they'll go to Raw. Or someone on Raw needs to beat them so then they can stay on SmackDown. And it needs to happen the same. They need separate champions again.
Yeah, they do.
Because you can't have the continuous section of Jimmy and Jay being everyone on both sides. They need to drop at some point.
Yeah.
And it's either going to be dropped to SmackDown or dropped to Raw. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Roman. Either you're staying on SmackDown or you're going on Raw. So you're going to lose to Sammy, for example.
Or you lose to Cody.
Or you lose to Cody and you stay on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So they need separate champions again. I don't understand why they've made it as combined. Because you don't see Roman on Raw. You do not see him on Raw. He hardly shows up. He shows up when he wants. But SmackDown, he's there every week. So don't that go to show that he wants to stay there? Because if you look at the draft beforehand, he was drafted to SmackDown. So why all of a sudden has he got Raw?
I think they only made him the top champion of Raw because they didn't have much the top names at the time. I mean, you had Seth Rollins, you had Bobby Lashley and Brock.
You had good competition on Raw for it, so I don't understand why they give it to Roman. They had superstars there to do it on Raw.
Well, there was, I think before the Chamber, I heard that there was, plans for WrestleMania was apparently Seth, Drew, and I think it was...
but if there is anyone who can possibly dethrone Roman on SmackDown, other than obviously the obvious, meaning Bray Wyatt, I think it's Drew.
Drew deserves it. I mean, he's never really...
Or give it to the underdog. Give it to Sheamus. He deserves. He can do it.
Don't underestimate Sheamus. He was the first ever Irish-born WWE champion. He beat John Cena to win his first WWE title.
It was the same with Becky though when she won it.
First women's championship. She beat Alexa Bliss.
Exactly. So she can do it. But again, Raw are doing well there by not giving it to another name just yet. They're letting Bianca do her business first, and then they can push on. With SmackDown's one, it's when Charlotte returned, we knew that she was going to get a championship. We knew it because Ronda wanted a break for a bit. Yeah. So we knew what was going to happen there. But for SmackDown, as I said to you off of camera, Raquel Rodriguez deserves something.
She does.
Because her in-ring ability, it's not far behind Rhea. Yeah.
It's mismatched sort of.
Because if them two was to have a fight, I think it'd be a good fight.
Rhea, it would be a fight for
because
sure.
it's again, I'm gonna repeat myself, but it's power for power. They're both shoulder wise and arm wise equal to each other. Rhea might just edge it for me because obviously you can see her arms and all that.
And everything,
But don't underestimate Raquel. I think she's gonna be a force in this chamber.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That everyone's gonna put their attention to her because the others are gonna see her as a threat. Yeah, because of her power. Yeah, that's all that's gonna be. But then if you think of it, you're gonna have to turn your. If that was me and everyone was on me, I'd be turning to Asuka, trying to get her out first because she's gonna be that one that will just be there constantly because of her new gimmick. So that's what they have to do. They either target one person when they're all out. Because obviously you're going to get two that start off, then another one, and then obviously like blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But then when they're all in the ring, focus on one person. That was remember, I think it was the men's one when they all hit a finisher on each other.
The men's
chamber before.
What, last year?
Not last year, like a couple of years ago when they all hit there. I think it was like 2008 or something, or 2009.
Oh,
when they all hit a finisher.
Oh, yeah.
But then obviously you've also got to remember when Legacy was a thing with DiBiase, Cody, and when Cody threw the metal bar in. Yeah. And then Ted smacked Randy with it because Cena had him in the AA position. It was meant to smack Cena with it, but Cena moved Randy out of the way. Yeah. And he smacked Randy. And then Ted DiBiase had the opportunity, like an option to pick, am I going to pick Cena or am I going to pick Randy? And he picked Randy. Yeah. I think that should happen in the women's one this year to either like eliminate someone who you can see as a dominant force in Raquel or someone who you're going to see as a threat in Asuka, meaning like Liv, Carmella, Nikki, and Natalia. Them other two are going to be a brute force to them. Either we need to try and get rid of one of them now, sort of thing. So something's going to happen there, I think.
Yeah. I think
tonight will overall be a good show, but it's hard to weigh up at the moment though. That's the thing.
What's your take on Brock and Lashley tonight?
Brock.
I'm going Brock.
I hate to say it because I do see Bobby as a good like wrestler and all that, but I think Brock's just got that little bit more experience.
I mean, they're both won.
What's your verdict on it?
See, that one I'm quite. I don't know. I want to say Brock as well, but I think Bobby may have the edge tonight. But I think if they're going to turn Bobby heel and Bray said whoever wins he's going off the nets, it'll probably be Bobby and Bray at WrestleMania.
But if you weigh up that bit, I think it would be a good fight between Brock and Bray.
It would. Well, Brock and Bray would be a great fight as well, yeah.
But then also Bray and Bobby would be a good fight. So it's
kind of hard to pick a side. Don't get me wrong, I love Bray Wyatt, but like
him to go up against Brock would be a test for him.
Yeah, to see how good he is as a wrestler.
Yeah, because Brock brings the best out of everyone. Yeah, we all know that.
Brock wants to face people that he sees potential in.
Like, that's what I'm saying. He could see potential in Bray, so that's why he's going to get the edge over Bobby tonight.
Maybe, yeah.
Because remember what Undertaker said to Bray? No one knows what he said. As I said, no one knows what he said. Only he does. And is that why he's calling out a bigger superstar? Because he could be getting pissed off by going up against these handicappers that he sees as not competition. And he wants that challenge.
Yeah.
And that challenge would be them two that he called out.
Yeah, and it'll be a tough fight.
What's the verdict on your men's Elimination Chamber? I want your full verdict.
Right. Okay, so for prediction wise, I'm going with an underdog here. It's going to be a very surprising one, but I'm going with Johnny Gargano. And I'll tell you why. Johnny Gargano comes back after being released by Vince McMahon last year, 2 years ago, I think it is.
He didn't get released.
He did get released.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Wait, didn't he get released? No,
he just left NXT.
Just left, yeah, sorry. Yeah, after he left NXT 2 years ago.
Because Candice was pregnant with his son.
Yeah.
That's why he left. And he said the door's always open for me to come back.
Yeah.
I knew that because I watched that episode of NXT.
Yeah, so I think he'll win tonight, become the new United Champion, then I think he may defend it at WrestleMania against someone, I don't know who, but I reckon it'll be a tough fight, don't get me wrong.
See, I can also see Theory winning it. And I'll give you the reasoning on why.
Go ahead.
The reason on why I think he would win is because we all know he's been calling out Cena.
Yeah.
So Cena is going to return at WrestleMania and fight Theory for the United States title. That's how I can see Theory retaining. Because if you look at it when he was at the commercial for 2K23, he was taking a piss out of John Cena.
Right.
Because he was swinging a chair and Cena Jones, the "you can't see me" thing. He was like, "Oh, John Cena's here."
Oh yeah.
And obviously, United States title. He was like, "Oh, his mind's not spinning." Yeah. Cena had the spin in the United States, so he's throwing all these hints out to try and get to Cena. And the only way Cena will come back is if Theory still stays as champion. Yeah, that's my theory on that. On why I can see Theory winning. So then you get the Theory versus Cena. Young one versus older. Remember when Cena was United States champion and all that? He was young. Yeah. Yes. And then I think he defended it against Kurt Angle, I think.
What United States championship?
Yeah. Or was it Edge?
In what year?
Can't remember. When he was a doctor.
Oh, Dr. Thugonomics.
Because he had the spinning belt when he was the Dr. Thugonomics.
Was it Carlito? He won it from Carlito.
It was someone he fought, but he was still in his prime. Yeah. He was in his 20s.
Yeah.
So that's what they. I hate to say it because I know you're going to hate me for it, but they're using Theory as they were using it as Cena when he was younger. They're giving Theory the same sort of storyline as they were with Cena when he was younger. That they're pushing him as he's younger his younger self. Like
Yeah.
United States title, Cena won that when he was young. Obviously, he didn't win the Money in the Bank when he was young.
Yeah.
So obviously, Theory's got that little bit of an edge there because he's got something that Cena didn't get when he was younger. But Cena is all round better than him when he was younger because he had world titles at his age.
Yeah.
So is that next to come?
I think don't get me wrong.
As much as you're gonna hate it if it does happen because you hate Theory, but in a way you gotta look at it is he is gonna be the future of WWE because he's still only 25.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's a bit of a tough one.
It wouldn't surprise me if they do make him world champion. As much as I hate saying that, because I really can't stand him, but I think they will make him a world champion. And I think,
in my eyes, I know you're probably gonna hate me for it, but he does deserve it. Because he has shown that because when he first ever come into like NXT before obviously getting part of the way with Johnny Dexter and everyone else like Indy and all them, he was actually doing it solo, and people have said to him his whole life that he doesn't deserve to be a wrestler, he's never gonna make it and all that, and he's proving everyone wrong.
yeah.
That's all he can keep doing. But you can't underestimate as a wrestler. You can't. No. The only one you can underestimate is Dominic. Because he Theory looks like a wrestler. Like he looks like an action figure. Like he looks like an action figure that would stand out in a box. Because he's got the muscle, he's got the body, he's got everything that you need to be a wrestler. Dominic has nothing. What as I said to you, what
He was only brought into the business because he's Rey Mysterio's son.
And Eddie's uncle.
Eddie's uncle.
But I don't think he's Rey's.
Eddie.
I don't think Dominic is Rey's. I think Dominic is Eddie's.
I mean,
when Dominic has the mask on, he's Rey's. When he takes it off, get a picture of Eddie and put it next to Dominic and tell me the difference. Because he looks more like Eddie. I don't understand what's happened there. Because I think Dominic is Rey's. Dominic is Eddie's. I don't think he's Rey's. He may have got the Mysterio last name, but I think Rey got custody of him.
Yeah.
And Rey's meant to be his uncle.
Yeah.
And Eddie's his dad.
Maybe.
Because if you think of it, Rey would be acting more if that was actually his son.
Well, he did say he doesn't want to fight him.
I know that, but again, does he don't want to fight because of Eddie? And that's Eddie's son.
Yeah.
Weigh up your options. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but my opinion personally for me is I think he's Eddie's. I don't think he's Rey's.
I'm not too sure on that one because that's been in the story. That's been going on for years.
Exactly.
Like, I can't really
everyone's opinion is either it's Eddie or Rey's. It's the same with who's the GOAT of football, Messi or Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with Eddie and Rey. Who's Dominic's father, Eddie or Rey? You're never gonna get the right answer.
The only person I think will know the answer is Angie.
Or Rome.
Or Vicky.
Vicky or Angie.
Yeah.
But even Vicky don't like the way Dominic's being with it all at the moment.
What? There's been like tweets or?
No, she's actually like properly like hated Dominic for it.
Oh really?
The way he's acting, yeah. She don't like it.
Oh.
And that's only because obviously it's Rey and Eddie. Like, why are you calling Rhea mummy? Because in her eyes, you only get one mum.
And that's Angie.
Is that her or Angie?
Vicky. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying. Like you don't get the full 100% story on that. You never will find out that answer.
Yeah.
But for getting back to the chamber and all that, who do you want to win the women's?
For me, at first I said Carmella, but I don't think so now. I'm going with Asuka in this one. I think Asuka is going to be the biggest threat. You okay?
Yeah.
I think Asuka will be the bigger threat. But I don't know. I think it'll be Asuka and Bianca at WrestleMania for the title.
I've said Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, you said Raquel.
I mean, it's only because I think she deserves to be pushed the way that she should be. Plus, if you think of it, her boyfriend, Braun, he's on SmackDown as well.
Yeah.
But
that means if Raquel does get the push, will Braun get the push?
Exactly. We don't know anything that's going to happen.
No, like I said, you can't
put couples on the same brand in like a same sort of storyline. They tried doing that with Becky and Seth when Becky was women's and Seth was the men's.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to fight Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans, but then Brock Lesnar come out.
Yeah.
You can't put them sort of storylines on the same like wavelength. You can, but you can't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to push one better than the other.
Yeah.
And the way they're going to see it is Braun, if Raquel gets pushed, then Braun's going to have to get pushed bigger. That's what they don't want to happen, because at the moment he's got a good partnership going on with Ricochet. And at some point I do see them becoming tag team titles, because it's the way they work off each other. Like Braun knows he can't do what Ricochet can do, and Ricochet knows he can't do what Braun can do. One's there for strength and the powerhouse, and the other one's there just for high flying and being light around the ring. Yeah. Whereas Braun's heavy around the ring because he's got muscle and more mass to carry with it. But he uses it well.
He does, yeah.
I never known a guy of his like physique and all that just to sprint as fast as he can and wreck, like literally train wreck people for fun. Obviously, he come unstuck against Jay because Jay moved out of the way, but it's something for the ages if they do continue to be a tag team.
I think
you can't end it now. You can't end it now. The only way you can end it is after them having a reign of a title. For me,
well, I think they should have beaten the Usos.
They were close.
They came close,
but I think Ricochet didn't hear the tag of Jay. For Jimmy. I'm actually surprised though that Jimmy managed to kick out of Ricochet's move on Braun Strowman's shoulders. If that was in the middle of the ring, it'd have been 1, 2, 3. But because it was near the edge, that's how Jay managed to pull Ricochet off of him.
Yeah.
But Beth and Ed, the Grit couple versus Judgment Day, who are you going for?
Just out of like to keep the push going for Rhea, I'm going with. I hate saying it, but I'm going with Judgment Day.
So I'm going for Edge and Beth.
The reason why I say Judgment Day is because Rhea's going after Charlotte for the title.
That could be the end feud for Rhea, and she's had enough, and she could leave if she loses tonight because she's got to focus on Charlotte.
Possibly.
Because if you remember the tweet that Beth said, she's going to make her life hell heading into that fight.
Yeah.
Judgment Day in the way.
So
all the time. Meaning Dominic getting speared, getting gland slammed. It took that for Rhea to switch.
Yeah.
Because she didn't actually accept. Dominic accepted for her. And then she put a post out on Instagram saying that she does accept.
Yeah.
But again, I'm going for the Edge.
Edge and Beth.
There's no pun intended in that, but I think Edge and Beth will just manage to edge it in that way. Because I've got a feeling I think Dawkins and I think Dawkins will end up getting involved because Dominic's going to be outside.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's going to be walking around the ring, doing what he does best, knows how to run, kind of fight his own battles. I think.
What if Dominic?
Because if Montez is there, Dawkins is going to be there as well.
Well, I don't think Montez will be there because he'll be too
hard. No.
Chamber.
He's going to be in Montreal, ain't he? Because he's got a fight.
Yeah.
Dawkins travels with him, and obviously them two, Angelo will hype him up to get ready for his fight. But I think Dawkins will show up in the Edge and Beth fight to make it, because if Dominic tries to get involved, Edge and Beth ain't got no one in their corner. So I think, because if you look at it logically, on Raw, Dawkins was the first one out to help Edge and Beth before Rhea come in from the crowd.
Yeah.
Because it was only Beth and Dominic in the ring. And then that's when Rhea took the cheap shot from behind to hit Beth. Yeah. And then Dominic was like, laughing, being a little prick that he is. Because he, for me, he don't know how to fight his own battles yet. And that's because he knows he don't have the strength.
You always have to have someone to hold his hand.
So I think we could see Angelo come out and help him, because Edge and Beth have helped him and he's helped them. So I think he might, if Dominic tries getting involved and does get involved, I think that's when we're going to see Angelo come in.
Yeah.
But I do, as you said, you think because of the continuation for Mania, you're going for
the Judgment Day.
I'm going to go for the Grit couple. You've gone for Oscar. I've gone for Raquel. Underdog story.
And then
there's always, if you think of it, Road to WrestleMania, there's always an underdog story.
it is, yeah.
So that's who I would think should be the like she's my undercard.
Yeah.
Story, like underdog story.
Yeah.
Men's Chamber, you're going for
Johnny Gargano.
I'm going Montez Ford.
And then
Bobby and Brock, you're going for
that one. I said that I can't decide.
I'm going for Brock. I'm going to go for Brock. Yeah,
I can't decide on that one.
And the only thing that's edging me towards more of Bobby than Brock is because I've got a feeling MVP might come out. Because manager, he wants to hurt business to 2.0 to go on.
Oh, yes.
Or is it going to be Cedric and Shelton that come out? What's Bobby got planned? Because Brock's got nothing planned. Brock likes to do everything on his own.
Yeah, but it's Bobby.
Bobby, if he's now turned heel,
who has something up his sleeve.
Or are we going to see the return of Omos?
Maybe. And then for the main event, Roman and Sammy.
As I said to you off camera, my heart's with Sammy.
I'm the same.
But my gut is with Roman.
I'm exactly the same heart with Sammy.
My heart's with Sammy because of the whole segment and the whole months and months of him being treated the way he was in the bloodline and taking shots and taking hits for them and all that.
And not even saying thank you for it.
And the way that the storyline planned out was unbelievable. You would never see another storyline like that again.
No, of course.
Because that was just well worked, well all round amazing. So my heart for that goes with Sammy, but my gut's telling me that Roman is going to have him to face Cody at WrestleMania. But I do want the brand split. I want the title split. So my heart's telling me Roman, but my head's telling me. No, my heart's with Sammy, but my head's telling me Roman. And it's like, I want Sammy to win, and if he doesn't win tonight, then he deserves another shot later on, because he is worthy of being a champion. He was NXT champion, so why can't he be WWE champion?
That's it.
What's the difference? You can use him well in one, why can't you use him in the other? And it would make sense for Sammy to win it, to end that storyline of him joining the bloodline and being told that he's not good enough.
Yeah.
Because that's all Roman kept saying to him, was you're not good enough.
No.
Solo's there all the time. So now put an end to it, Sammy. Go. That's what Cody said to him. Go and make your own. Go and end your own story.
Create your own story.
No, end your own story. He's creating it. Cody's created his by coming in, winning the Rumble. He's continuing his story. He's not
guaranteed a spot.
Roman, with Sammy, with Cody, he said, go and finish your story.
Yeah.
The only way he can finish it is if he beats Roman, because Roman hasn't been pinned since 2018, and the last person to pin him was Baron Corbin.
Unfortunately, yeah.
When I think that was the whole big dog process, when he got dog food and all that thrown on him, and then that's when we see the return of the Usos.
And they beat up Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. But yeah, he hasn't been pinned since 2018, and he's held the titles for 2 years because it's 900 days today that he's had the titles. And for me, obviously know how much I like Roman and all that, but for me, him holding them titles is going on for too long. It is. Something needs to happen.
It's getting boring
because it is. It's losing attraction.
It is. Yeah.
For his fans.
Yeah.
Like they're obviously still cheering him and all that and putting their ones in the air and all that.
Yeah.
But an end is coming. Is it going to be tonight where we get a brand split, or is it going to be at WrestleMania to Cody?
I'm going to say Mania. I reckon WrestleMania is when we get a new champion. Because I think
as I said, my heart's with Sammy. I do want Sammy to win. But my head is just telling me Roman's not going to drop him tonight. He's going to be going on to face Cody.
Yeah, I don't see Roman losing the
Unless
title
it is the underdog story that we're going to get, and the underdog story is Sammy's story to go up against Cody. Because remember, Triple H has changed his plans for the Roman Sammy fight. There was a tweet, or there was a post that I saw, and it said Triple H has changed his plans for Roman versus Sammy, but they don't actually go into detail to tell you what it actually is. So was the original story Roman going in, walking through, and leaving as champion, and the story's changed. So is it now going to be Sammy's underdog story where he finishes his story and we do get the end of the bloodline? Because Jimmy, Jay and Solo are going to see that the Romans used them just to keep the titles for that long.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, what's your take on that? Like, what do you think? I know you said you're the same as me, but what do you actually think?
I reckon that Sami Zayn will probably will win the title, but Roman's feet would be under the ropes for the 3 count. The ref wouldn't see it, and then so I reckon next night on Raw, I reckon Paul Heyman will come out with Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce will say after what happened last night, Roman's feet was under the bottom his feet was under the bottom rope, and which means Sami Zayn is not the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion.
Well, then Sami will have to get down on one knee and give him back to Roman.
Yeah.
That's your... See, that is... Something's always possible like that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But I think... I don't know. I can't actually...
Or maybe if Jay does turn up, because obviously when Jimmy asked him, are you with us or not? And he said, I don't know yet. I don't know what...
Is it tonight, as I said, is that where Sami can get Jay in though? That's the thing.
Because if Roman does beat Sami, and he's holding Sami Zayn up by his hair, and Roman's screaming at him, do it, kick him. Will he kick him, or will he just kick Roman?
That's the question.
They're going to be the same as Royal Rumble, but with this situation
are
with Jey Uso.
Are the bloodline actually going to be falling apart?
That is the question.
Because as I said, they're all going to see that Roman, if Sami does lose, then are they going to see Romans just use them to keep the titles for that long?
Yeah.
Because the way they're going to see is we've basically helped you retain. Solo helped him retain at Clash of the Castle because Drew was on the verge of winning.
Yeah.
We was going to get a new champion. Solo come out. That's what I'm saying. Is Naomi going to show up and do exactly the same thing?
With Naomi, I'm not too sure on that one. Because I don't know if she will.
Because if Jimmy can't get in, Jimmy's going to play mind games and throw Naomi out there because Sami can't do anything.
Yeah.
So he's going to...
Because I know she's been to Japan to support Mercedes Moné.
But when that last night? Mercedes Moné's fight.
Was it 8th tonight? 18th.
Is it tonight?
Yeah, she's fighting Kairi tonight for the New Japan Women's Championship.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, anything's possible with that bloodline faction. Anything's possible because we didn't know Solo was. Again, are they just saying that Naomi's been spotted out there because they don't want to know that she's at WWE? Because Solo was meant to be on the NXT the next day, but he turned up at Clash of the Castle and then has to fly all the way back.
Oh yeah.
Remember at Clash of the Castle when he turned up in the black hoodie?
Yes.
And I think didn't he hit Drew with a chair or something?
No, he just punched. He just punched him or clotheslined him or something.
Because he had his hood on, didn't he? Because
the
referee was knocked out or something.
Yeah, because Drew went for the Claymore, and then
he got to the 3, didn't he? He put the 3 in the air, and then he got pulled out.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's that Sami Roman one. As much as we know what could happen, we don't know what's going to happen. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We just don't know what's happened. We just don't know what's going to happen.
That's the thing. You don't know what's going to happen.
Anything is possible with that lot.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the women's chamber. A SmackDown champion is fighting a Raw superstar. Raw superstar can fight a SmackDown superstar. So is one of the SmackDown
We've seen it before.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Because of this whole thing that's going on with Rhea going after Charlotte, can we get Liv, Natalia, or Raquel to go after Bianca? It would make sense.
I mean, I'm not hating on any of them. I think they're all talented wrestlers in their own right. But I don't see a SmackDown superstar winning tonight. As much as I love SmackDown, you know I love SmackDown. I just don't see any of them winning tonight. I see Asuka doing it.
Again, we'll soon find out. But we will be back next Thursday.
Next Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
That was the schedule.
Yeah.
Next Thursday. So, enjoy the show tonight.
We hope and let us know your predictions.
Yep. Enjoy Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Leave a like, subscribe, comment.
Tap that little bell so you don't miss an episode.
Yep. And we will see you next Thursday.
See you later.